Okay, hi everybody. I saw that my video had a lot more views than I anticipated when I first made it several years ago. Granted, it's not viral, but nonetheless, it's obviously reached quite a few people that hopefully maybe it helped them feel not so alone if they were going through the same thing. As you can see, I'm still kicking. I'm not withered away or anything like that, thankfully. In February, to be 4 years since the twitching and everything first started. Most days are pretty good. I've kind of gotten used to like the popcorn feeling, you know, like the little twitches of your muscle and stuff like that. Although sometimes they still annoy the fuck out of me. But, like I said, as far as my fear of like Lou Gehrig's or, you know, concerns about that or anything like that, that's kind of squashed at this point. Just because it's been going on so long that surely there would be something else. I still have concerns for MS just because I've had other symptoms develop, that started to manifest themselves more or less, shortly after I took that first video. But I mean, like I said, you know, and my comments to a couple people, like, there's always hope, you know, and I try to remain optimistic about everything. And I have my son who has way too much energy at times, so he definitely keeps me busy. As far as the twitching, though, I've noticed that it's definitely amplified when I'm under a great amount of stress. Or if I've been out drinking and I'm not hydrated and things like that. So I definitely recommend, if you are going to drink, and I'm not saying don't out of fear of like the twitching getting worse, because it's not going to kill you. But definitely make sure you're hydrated properly before, and you have plenty of water the next day. You should have a lot of water every day anyways, because it definitely helps. Like I said, I could definitely tell when I'm starting to get dehydrated, just because the twitching can get a little bit worse. It's not necessarily painful, like I'm not really having like muscle cramps or anything like that. I get the occasional Charlie horse, but I had that long before the twitching started happening after I got pregnant, and it's just like, eat a banana and I'm good. I don't know, like, I mean, hopefully whoever is out there in cyberspace that happens to come across the other video, it at least brings you maybe a little bit of peace, to see that there's other people that, you know, have a similar thing going on. I know when the twitching first started for me, and I saw videos of it or chat rooms and stuff, and I'm like, fuck yes, like, I'm not by myself. So if it helps one person, then it's worth it. And most definitely, the thing that drove me the most crazy when I was, when it all first started, is everybody saying like, oh, it's just stress, or oh, it's all in your head. And I'm sure that those of you who have experienced this firsthand, that you probably have had your fair share of people saying these things. And I don't think that people necessarily do it with ill intent. I think that it's just because they don't understand it, and you know, because they're not going through it. But you know your body better than anybody else does. So you know when there's something a little fucking screwy. So don't let other people's opinions on the matter like discourage you from trying to pursue any sort of diagnosis, or, you know, anything that helps you try to grasp what's going on better with your body. I still haven't had a diagnosis. At this point, like I said, it's mostly good days, and some days I have bad days, like I said, because I have other symptoms that have developed. But it's tolerable, it's manageable. Like, you have to keep yourself busy no matter what. Like, the thing is when all the twitching and everything first started, like, for, like, the first year, I drove myself fucking crazy because I couldn't help but focus on, like, all the twitches and, like, oh, there was another one. Oh my God, like, it's spazzing out really bad. Like, why is it doing this? And you can't constantly worry about that because, you know, majority of the time there's nothing actually wrong. It's just your body short-circuiting for whatever fucking reason it does. I mean, bodies do what they want to do, even your own. But even if it were something serious, do you really want to spend, you know, even if it's not something serious, do you want to spend your life like constantly worrying about things that are going on like that instead of just like trying to focus on something else? Like, take all that energy that you have worrying about the symptoms or the twitching or whatever else is, you know, ailing you, and focus it on something more positive. Like, do something with it. Because the worst place that you could be is stuck in your own head. And it sucks so bad not having answers sometimes. Like, I understand this. Like, trust me. I have family members that still are like, oh, it's just anxiety. And at this point, I'm just like, whatever. But, I mean, you need to stay out there. You need to, do whatever you can that helps you. And being stuck in your head and being depressed and obsessing over it is not going to help you. Cause like I said, mine get worse with stress. So on days that I feel kind of, and I focus on them more, it makes me more stressed out, which makes them worse, which makes them more stressed out. And you see where I'm going with this? So you just keep busy, surround yourself with beautiful people, and, you know, just try to make light of the situation. I was raised in a family where we have really fucked up senses of humor. And that's our coping mechanism. So, you know, like I'll crack jokes, and I can't necessarily give an example because I'm not good on my feet with things like that. Kind of lame, I know, whatever. But, it's definitely very much a one day at a time. You need to just try not to obsess over it. And I know it's easier said than done. Trust me. Been there, done that. It took me quite a while, and it's been a long journey, but every day does get easier. And like I said, you're still going to have your bad days, but who doesn't? And you're going to have your great days where it's like, you know, I had the twitches every fucking day for almost 2 years before I had one day where I didn't have any twitching. And I had one day without any twitching, and then the twitching started again, and I was just like, ugh. Like, I thought we were done. But the fact that eventually, like, I had that break was reassuring, you know? And even if you don't have that break, like, oh, the fuck well. Just try to stay positive and, you know, just live life. Because life's too short for everybody. Regardless of whether you're a fucking twitcher, you're an epileptic, you are, you know, a victim to cancer, or you are as healthy as a horse. Life is too short. So find people that love you for you, that are supportive, that you can contribute some beauty to their lives and they can contribute some to you. And just grab life by the fucking balls and fuck off with it, you know? So it's just keep going. I promise it does get easier. And hopefully to who is ever listening out there, they're able to at least get some sort of peace knowing that they're not alone. Because it definitely feels like an everyday lonely kind of battle thing. But there are tons of us that are dealing with this shit. And I promise you're going to be okay. Deuces, guys.